Yeah, yeah. Woo. Woo. Hey, yeah. One, yeah. Word is Tony Pizza may have diddled his brother. It's a shame that before birth he wasn't killed by his mother. He's a coward and an animal, a fuck up and a loser. The only time you're fucking happy is when Hector screws you. You should be locked in a zoo or chained in a basement. Your life's more of a mystery than where MRE's case went. Back in 2006, Pizza met a guy with a gun. They took it to a pawn shop and then they went on the run. Ran into the wrong cop and now the damage was done. He took a pinch for a pistol and then he snitched on his friend. And when it was all said and done, 23 days in a pen. Pizza, you know they're coming for you. Pizza, you know they're gunning for you. You talk all that shit, but now it's time to pay the piper. Even if it means someone ends up as a lifer. Pizza, you better get in mommy's caddy and take the fuck off before this ends up ending badly. Sean McCarthy, or is it Tony Caruana? Your time is up, it's time for life to catch up on you. Was he ever really thrown off a bridge? Not yet, but if he does, he better hope the clam captain has a net. Splash, that's that. It looks like this time Tony won't be coming back. And if that time comes, we can all celebrate, and Mob 2 will go on without the anger and the hate. The end. Yeah.
Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? All right, here we are. Today, what was I? Let me see. 5:33, 3 minutes late. Not even really. When I started the show, it was 5:30. Okay, when I started playing the music and all that, I did okay. Today, it would have been one of those days where I should have been late, actually. Or what did I say? It was one of those days where I probably should have been late, but I wasn't. I did good. I took a shower. I did everything I had to do. You know? Let me see. We don't have many people. The drama's over. The war is over, and the numbers go down. You know how that works. Stuart. Hey, Stuart. Sally. Bobby. Miss Can't Be Wrong. Dave. Ham Sammy. Brooklyn. Hello, Brooke. Who else we got here? Jesse Roth. Michael Hensley. We love you, too. D. Gainey. Good evening, you beautiful woke jokes. Let me see. Yeah, that's me. Yep. Let's try that again. I was trying to say, D. Gainey, how do you like the hairdo today? But then I kicked myself off of StreamYard. I'm looking forward to all the donations I'm going to get today. I am. I know it's going to be a good day. I can feel it in my balls. We got some stuff to talk about, though. Did I hear Pizza talking about the one that got away and when doves cry? No, but please, while I'm talking about other stuff, somebody send me that with a timestamp or something, please, because I need to hear that. Who did I not shout out some people? Patrick Romano Williams, Melody King, Nico Sia. I don't know if I missed you guys. JGB. Did I say JGB? Edward. Everett. Mickey Batts. Fresh out of the shower. Gotcha. Drying off the ball sack. Vito Calzone. Yes, he did. He did. I don't even know. I might have repeated a bunch of names in the shout outs. Who cares? OC, what up? What up? Sally gifted one Fat Bald-Sicilian membership. Thank you, Sally. Thank you very much. So, guys. Oh, Achilles got it. Okay, I don't know who that is, but cool. Thank you. So, it's been an eventful day. First of all, I fell and I hurt myself. I'll get into that. I think I really fucked myself up, but I hope I didn't. This morning, my plans were just to get up and go to the skate park. That's all I had planned. You know why? Because it was going to be like 40 degrees and sunny. Tomorrow's going to be, I think, in the high 40s and sunny. Monday is going to be in the low 50s and sunny. So I got a whole lot of skating ahead of me. I'm very happy about that. Today would have been the first day I skated in like 3 days. So I woke up with that on my mind, and then I looked at my phone. Oh yeah, I know. Well, hey, I've been doing good. I looked at my phone and it was like, holy shit. Everybody was very concerned about Shanna and my mom. My mom's in and out of the hospital. Shanna's a nurse. Nobody really knows where she works. So, people were worried maybe she worked at that hospital. I got, a lot of stuff sent to me and links to, things that were already written on the internet, like it was early information. They didn't know much. But, there was some stuff out there. And then I went on YouTube and I put in, York, PA hospital active shooter. And I found, I don't know if you know this guy, I think his name is JLR Investigates or something. He's all right. He's a goofy motherfucker, but he's on top of shit. Like even with the Idaho murders, he was all over it. He went to Idaho. He was at the house. He was doing all types of shit. So I went out there, as you guys know, and I went live, and we saw what we saw. I found out some more information since then. A cop was killed. Okay, his name was Officer Edward Duarte. He looks like he's about 27 years old. He might be a little older, very young guy. Now, like I told you, there was police departments from all over the county. That's West Manchester Township. But there was West York, there was Northern Regional. I'm sure there was, Hellam Township and fucking, I don't know, just from all over the fucking county. I'm sure there was police there. There were state troopers. I told you I saw state troopers. The guy that got killed, the cop, I don't know. He's only been a cop for 6 years. But the police department was West York Borough Police. Now, West York Borough is 1/2 square mile. That's where I lived for 8 years. Very rough neighborhood. Very rough neighborhood. Okay. I lived there for 8 years, and I had to deal with these cops. These cops, there's 12 cops. At least there was, 10 years ago, 12 cops for 1/2 square mile. Okay. There was a lot of stuff that went on with these cops. They found out at one point, that they were racking up insane amounts of overtime. One cop got paid $110,000 one year because he had so much fucking overtime, all this stuff. They wanted to get rid of that police department. I don't even know how many times they tried to disband the West York Police. And they were going to have York City just cover it. That's another one that probably was at the hospital today, York City. These guys used to fucking, oh my God. When I tell you, I would walk out my front door and get searched. One time I was sitting in my Lincoln in front of my crib, across the street technically, but and the drug task force pulled up with the West York police. And I was doing nothing. I was eating Wendy's food, and they said, get out of the car. And I had no problem with it because I had just sold some coke and I came home after selling some coke. So I was clean. So I got the opportunity to be a dick. So the cop said, you mind if we search the car? Now, let me tell you something about the police. When they say, do you mind if we search the car? They're not really asking you. They're searching the car, whether you like it or not. All they have to do is say they smell marijuana. Who's going to tell them they didn't smell marijuana? That's all they have to say. Okay. So it's really bullshit. It is. So, I knew, okay, the car's getting searched. So I got out with my Wendy's food. I was sitting on the curb eating. My man Gio was right behind me on his stoop. So we're like talking back and forth, laughing and shit. And the cop is thinking that I'm nervous, that he obviously thinks I'm doing something wrong. So I said to him, I said, hey, officer, there's a button right there on the door for the trunk. So you guys can search the trunk too. As soon as I said that, he was like, okay, the guy's clean because, and they stopped searching me, which is funny because I could have just, been bluffing or something. There might have been 10 keys in the trunk. There wasn't though. I would walk out of my house and they would see me and that's it. They'd be behind me while I'm walking. If I'm in my car, they're following me. One time I was driving somewhere. I did have coke on me. I'm not going to lie. I was on a run. And they passed me by. And I just see him spin around like a motherfucker and just throw his lights on. And he pulls me over. He says, there was a shooting. What do I know about this shooting? There was just gunshots fired. I said, what the fuck you asking me for? I don't know. I'm on my way to a friend's house. He left me alone pretty much that time, and everything was fine. But there was other times I could tell you about where, one time I was going to drop something off on like 2 blocks up on Poplar Street. I was going to meet a kid. This kid was meeting me, and he came from like North York or something to meet me. So I did have some shit on me, and I walk out my back door, and I'm walking down the alley, and I see a cop pass on the street, like he could see into the alley. You know what I mean? So I took the Coke out of my pocket and dropped it on the ground and kept walking because he couldn't see me at that point. He had to go turn around. So he turns around and gets behind me, puts his lights on. Now I'm like 50 feet away from where I dropped the Coke. So again, I was very cooperative because I had nothing to worry about. And I remember this cop, no bullshit. He said to me, you drive a purple car, which was not true. I drove a black car, but at times it did look purple. He said, you live at 1103. I said, you're telling me where I live? I'm fully aware where I live, officer. What can I help you with? You sell heroin, don't you? I said, no, officer. I never sold heroin. You got bad information. And he said, you mind if I search you? I said, you're acting like I have a choice. So let him search me. I said, hey, you want me to take my shoes off too? Which they're not really supposed to do. It could be considered a strip search. But, just like I did when I was in the car, it's like, hey, let me show you just how clean I am. You want me to take my shoes off too? He's like, no, you're good. So my point is they terrorized me. They would surveil me all the fucking time. I'd walk out my front door. There was always a cop who would sit on Dewey Street, maybe 50 feet away from my house so he could look at my house at all times. One time I had a guy come over and he parked on that street and I noticed a cop passed while he was walking to my house. I said, oh shit, he's coming in my crib to get something. So he comes in and I said, bro, I ain't giving you nothing tonight. You know what I mean? The cops are waiting outside, guarantee it. He said, no. I said, watch this. So we walked outside. We walked 2 houses to the corner and I hear them whispering. I swear to Christ. And I look over and there's the 2 West Yorkboro cops standing there. They parked their car and they were standing on the side of a house on the corner. So when this kid left, they were on the corner of that street where he parked. So when this kid left, they were going to grab him. So, and I'm not going to say the cop's name, but I knew this cop well. I beat him in court on a couple tickets and shit. Real prick. And I said, the fuck you doing out here? I called him by name. I said, where's your car? And he said, what did he ask me? Oh, he said, what are you doing out here without a coat, Mr. Lodrego? Because it was freezing cold. And I just walked, I wanted to see where they were. So and we had a little back and forth and shit. And I said, if you're waiting for somebody to leave my house, he's on his way out now. Feel free to do what you have to do, And they knew that I knew, so they left him alone. But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy dealing with those. And I'm not going to front. I wasn't innocent. I wasn't. But there was times where I was doing nothing wrong, nothing at all. And, if they have it out for you or if they think you're some sort of criminal or something, especially a drug dealer, you will get no peace in your life, none. They would knock on my door, pound on my fucking door. What do you know about the homicide that took place behind your house last night? Nothing. I closed the door, lock it. You know what I mean? But it's like, what are you asking me? Like I did it? The fuck out of here. I don't know what you're talking about. So I had a lot of experience with those cops. Now this cop I didn't know, but unfortunately he got killed. And I don't take pleasure in seeing a cop get killed, especially a young guy like that. It's a fucking shame, And I don't know this cop. He might have been a great guy. He was just doing his job, though. The bottom line is the cop woke up this morning and decided, like every day, I'm just going to go to work like I do every day, and I'll be back home with my family at, whatever time he gets off. And unfortunately, that's not how it turned out. Like the shooter woke up this morning and, had his plans. Now, who knows if he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory, but he did get killed by the cops. Apparently, he went into the hospital with zip ties, a gun. He took a bunch of nurses and doctors hostage. He shot a few of them, I think, and then he went outside with a hostage shooting. And that's when they killed him. And that's probably when he killed the cop. You know? So, and there was probably 200 cops there. I mean, it really is crazy that a cop wound up getting killed. And as far as the other people, we don't know. They transferred a lot of them to York Hospital because there's no trauma unit at UPMC Memorial. So we don't know what's going to happen. More people might die from this shooting. There's, 4 or 5 people that got shot. So I hope not, And I wouldn't doubt if Shannon knows some of them. We don't have names yet. But it's a sad situation. It really is. This fucking country, man. It's unbelievable. Nothing will ever be done about it, But now you got to worry about even being in the fucking hospital. Somebody might come in and shoot it up. It's crazy, man. Trump will be talking about this, I'm sure, because a cop got killed. I told Shanna, you will hear nothing about the victims in that hospital. All we'll hear about is the cop that got killed. That's all that matters to them. So anyway, that's that. Yeah. It's a shame, Melody. It really is. And I got the guy's information who did it. I do not know who this guy is. I never fucking heard of him. It's a Spanish name. Matter of fact, let me check right now. Yeah, I got to check if this guy had a record. I got his name. I won't bore you guys with that, but I will check. He's a York City guy. I told you what York City's like, So this guy, something happened. Somebody died in hospice, and he went ballistic. Now, I'm assuming it's a family member that maybe they didn't notify him the person was dying, and then they died, and he didn't get to say goodbye. Maybe he blames them. He feels they did something wrong that caused their loved one to pass early. Who knows? But this guy went ape shit and, was on a warpath. So it is a shame. It's a shame. So... and then I went to the skate park. I had to drive to Lancaster. They're talking about a fucking 40 minutes away from where I was in York. I get to the skate park, and some of my friends are there. They're not staying long. They got there at 1 o'clock today. So I started skating and shit, and I was doing my thing. And at one point, I was kicking. I was pushing real fast. I got real, I had a lot of speed. I was going up this 6-foot bank ramp. And kind of like I was doing at the skate park the other night, just a different park, different ramp. And I got caught. It's not coping, but it's like a metal, I don't know what you'd call it, at the top of the ramp. And I got caught. I started falling, and you're in the air because you're on the top of this ramp. And the board, came loose, and I put my foot down. My foot landed on the board. So part of my body's sliding, the other part is just falling. I hit the ground so fucking hard, you could probably hear that shit 50 feet away, like smack. And a bunch of the guys came over and shit, helped me up and stuff. All my shit came out of my pockets, but I landed on my hand, right? And my arm, like I was I was like this, my hand on the ground, and my body just kept going. So my arm was all the fucking way behind and under me. Which, my shoulder, I just heard a crunch. I said, oh, fuck. Now it's going to be this horse shit. But it doesn't feel that bad now. I'm just worried because when I was a kid, I ripped everything. I tore ligaments and tendons in my shoulder. And I had to go to a chiropractor like 3 days a week just to not be in excruciating pain. Hopefully I didn't hurt myself too much. But my hand is a little black and blue here. And I feel like something's broken in here. So that's my day, guys. Let me see. Does somebody have that pizza clip so we can get into some MobTube shit? And does anybody want to donate? As a matter of fact, let me not ask. Let me just say, hey, everybody, donate. Tip your favorite content creator. You're in and out of fucking prison all the time, Stuart. You gotta get your shit together. I got caught with brass knuckles when I was a teenager at the York Fair, and I got arrested for that shit. Tony B, what up, bro? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's green light to death row, baby. Oh, he's dead. Even if you're talking about the guy at the hospital, he's dead. They killed him. He's dead. The cop's dead. And I guess the 4 or 5 other people are injured, which I heard, Cam and Naya were just, Cam's wife was just in intensive care in that hospital till last night. Believe that shit. That's crazy, right? She had some blood sugar stuff going on and all that. She was really in bad shape. And I'm extremely grateful and happy that they weren't there. But Cam is friends with somebody who works in the unit where it happened. And she initially said a doctor got killed and 4 or 5 nurses got shot. And the cop got killed. So, but I don't know if I'm sure a doctor probably did get shot, and then 4 or 5 nurses probably got shot. But you know, as far as I know, none of them died yet. So I don't know. FBS, it'll be sore as fuck in the morning. It certainly will. Picture it never happened. Shut up. Talking to me about the fall. First time I ever been arrested by UK armed police. Scary, LOL, and Levi jeans. And what is that? Block Lava? What the fuck is that? Machine guns? I'd wear knee pads, elbow pads, and a helmet if I were to drop in on the half pipe. Oh yeah, without a doubt. But that's not where I was. I mean, I was on the half pipe a lot today, but I was using this bank ramp because I'm trying. There's something I want to do. I want to be able to get to the top. It's very steep, you know, and I want to be able to get, because usually I'll just go up it, do like a kick turn or an axle stall and come back down. I want to be able to go up to the top onto like the deck or whatever, and then, you know, roll back in or something. It's not super complicated. It's extremely simple. It's just that the hard part is getting up to the top onto that deck. It takes a lot of fucking speed. And that's what I was doing today. I was going way too fast. I didn't position my feet on the board the right way because I didn't have time, because I was pushing so close to the ramp, and I paid for it. You know, you got to be careful. Guys, what's going on with this pizza thing? Come on. I got to do a show for you guys. Give me some pizza shit information. Otherwise, I mean, I got to do a show so I can make money too. And hopefully I'm going to make some. But let's at least have some fun and see. What's this pizza thing you're talking about, Miss Can't Be Wrong? And where can I find it? And if somebody's listening, any of my shadow producers who like to send me these clips of Tony Pizzas, please do. Because I need to know what Miss Can't Be Wrong is talking about, because it sounds hilarious. I remember these people at the skate park have been skateboarding for years, so they got a lot of experience. Oh, bro, I was going to go live today for you guys. I really should have. Today was wild. There was some, you know, there's some skaters that go to that park that are some of the best skaters in the area. And when I say the area, I mean, you know, 3-4 counties. And, you know, they've won mad competitions and stuff. When these guys are there, it's like, it's insane. The shit they could do is fucking unbelievable. And these guys were there today doing a bunch of wild shit. There was a lot of good skaters there today, but then there was a dude who had one of those things that you put between your legs. It's a big tire, and it just moves you. I don't know exactly how it works. And he was riding the ramps with that shit. It was crazy, but it looked fun as a motherfucker. I was going to go live to show you guys. BTF Phoenix, $5. Sat tip day. I like it. I love your wordplay. Thank you for $5. What's up with the pizza stuff, guys? Come on, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'll tell you what, though, Tony B, even those guys, this one kid, Matt, who's probably the best skater I've seen in person since I started skating again, hands down. This motherfucker is nuts, man. And he goes up to the top of that 6-foot quarter and does kick flips to axle stalls and fucking, you know, rock and rolls and rock the fakies and fucking all types of crazy shit, you know. And he did something at the top, and I didn't catch it exactly. I was behind the ramp, but by the time he started falling, I was, you know, getting to the front of it, and he fell out of the air 6 feet, and he hit the fucking ground so hard and just rolled and just got right back up. And this is why I said people don't want to fight skateboarders. You don't. They're the toughest motherfuckers on the planet. They hurt themselves for fun every day. That's what they do. They hurt themselves for fun. You ain't hurting them. They've had every bone in their bodies broken. They've had, they got bad knees. They got bad shoulders. They got fucking bad ankles. They got everything. They don't give a fuck. You ain't going to hurt them. What do I do? Is nobody going to be able to? All right, Miss Can't Be Wrong. Could you just repeat in the chat exactly what happened so I can at least talk about it? Maybe somebody will send me the clip because that sounds funny. Are you telling me like he got his heart broken? Oh, they are, Tony B. They are. They are. Anybody who goes and hangs out at these skate parks, you will have the time of your life. You really will. And Don, my man Don Berlin sent us this sick electric skateboard that we've only, ridden around the neighborhood. But I told Shanna, you come to the skate park with me. There's mad trails there. You can just get on the trails and ride that bitch. It'll be so much fun. Remember that song, I'm in a daze, I'm so confused, and I'll find myself falling. That was you today. Yeah. You really do. Like, that you're falling, out of the air. Like you know that you're on your way down and it's going to hurt. I'm just lucky that I didn't break my fucking shoulder, my elbow or something. I didn't break my fucking arm because that was a bad fall. That was a bad fall. I heard Pizza say that his generator had an hour left on it, so donate. 3 hours later, he's still yapping away. I was getting nauseous, so couldn't watch anymore. Sorry, that's all I could hear. Yeah, the generator. The generator that, like Miss Can't Be Wrong said, he doesn't even run all day. He probably runs it a few hours out of the day, if that. It would probably cost him $25 a week to run that fucking generator. He's telling you it costs that per day. Fucking bullshitter. It's like I said to you the other day about these guys, or about Tony Pizza, I'll say specifically. There's a lot of con artists on here, but Tony Pizza, like, do you realize how much easier his life will be? Let me paint you a picture here. Let's say Tony Pizza came on here and he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He didn't tear anybody apart. He didn't fight with anybody. He didn't say horrible shit about people. He just told stories about his life and, or even made up his bullshit stories, whatever. And just asked for donations in return for whatever the fuck it is he's doing on the internet. I don't know if he would have made as much money, but his life would have been a lot easier and still would be, because he's got to have a scam a day. You know what I mean? Listen to him every day. There's something he needs money for desperately every day. It doesn't matter how much money he made the day before. It don't matter. He could have made $1,200 the day before. The next morning, he'll tell you it's all gone. And he needs X amount of dollars for this or that. I'm pretty sure at this point, he asked for people to pay his cell phone bill about 4 times a month. I never saw anybody have to pay a bill that often. He's like, Pizza is one of those guys who gets in his own way and always has. Meaning, like, if he just, like, we'll just take YouTube for example, because I can't tell you much about his life before that. I can tell you some things. Like, he had a nice, comfortable home to live in where he was taken care of by his parents. I told you, I got the fucking breakdancing picture. He's in the jumpsuit. He looks like a normal kid. Decent looking kid. You know what I mean? So that means he had a normal life with a fairly wealthy family. Okay. And I'm sure he had everything he wanted. No, he had to complicate that. Aries, if you're new, welcome. Hello. He had to complicate that and run away. And then he takes his mother for child support. Then his mother says, I'm not giving you child support because you're welcome to come home anytime. Anytime. You're the one that left. We didn't kick you out. But no, he decides to stay on the street. In other words, he had a comfortable life and went out of his way to make it as uncomfortable as possible. He's been on the street no matter what he tells you guys. He has no address history. It's his mother's address. Sometimes his brother's address he used, probably without permission. He has no address history. He didn't live a nice life and then go to prison and he's been homeless since he got out like he likes to convince you guys. No. He's been homeless since he was 16. Okay. And everything he does, every opportunity he gets, he either throws it away or he I don't know, he ruins it in some way. He'll like if he gets a job. I think there was a couple of times on here he might have got hired at a pizzeria, something like that, but he won't show up, or he'll go for a day and then he'll quit or something, you know. It's like he wants to torture himself. And then even like YouTube, you know, that's what we know about. Well, we know what Tony Pizza is on YouTube. So Tony Pizza made it so that he has to constantly be working. And I don't mean working like, you know, doing work. I mean, he's got to constantly be it's work. You know, when you're begging and you're fucking you got to constantly come up with a scam. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's got to be. It's got to be. So every day it's a new scam for him. So it's, you know, the phone bill, it's the generator, it's, you know, it's like when he used to do the rent, you know. And that's another thing. That's another thing. He would get the rent money and then blow it. Or at least he said he'd blow. But let's just say he really did. If you really blew it. Now you need the rent money again. Whereas if you would have just not blown it, you're good. You don't have to stress and hope they give you another 300 by Tuesday. You know, all he ever had to do was come on here like everybody else and say, hey, do me a favor and donate. And here's the thing. Now, the reason I said he probably wouldn't have made as much money, I know he wouldn't have because of this. Most of the reason Pizza gets paid is because he goes after me, but also because of all that horrible shit he speaks. You know, that fucking racist shit, that homophobic shit, all that. That's what they pay him for. They're all low-life, miserable, animal fucking people. You know, so if he's not a horrible person, I ain't going to front. He ain't going to make much money. But he could even do that. You could still be a horrible person and just say, you got to donate to me, guys. I need donations for these shows, whatever. And then they'll donate. You could even pull your little stunt you pull, or you're going to leave every 3 fucking days and you're done with YouTube. But when you have made the decision that the only way to get money from these people is to constantly lie to them, that's hard work. You have to now fucking be constantly thinking and coming up with bullshit stories. Then you got to come on here and use those stories, try to convince people to give you their money when you could just do it so much easier. You know, not only that, but Tony Pizza, and I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck. He's not a guy who's, you know, big on credibility, I'm sure. He acts like he wants to be believed. But he's pulled the same scam so many times that, and trust me, I know his supporters are some of the dumbest motherfuckers, not just on MobTube, but probably on planet Earth. But even they have got to know that he's scamming them. They have to. There's no way they don't know. So it's like now you're in a position where instead of just doing whatever the fuck you want to do, trash people, tell stories, whatever, now you're in a position where nothing you ever say is going to be believed. Nothing, even if it's true. The boy who cried wolf. You know, motherfuckers made up stories about getting hit by a car. He's made up stories about, didn't he say one time or was that us that came to the conclusion he got beat up by? No. I think that was the story he came up with. When did we think he got beat up by some Mexican guys at his hotel? I don't remember. But he made up the story about Leon with the rusty staple, and he had to take him to the vet, and he had to pay all this money. He makes up stories all the time about where his money goes. Oh, I had to pay for this, I had to pay for that. You know, he's always got to come up with something. I need gas for the generator. And then you got to convince people you actually need gas for the generator. And they want proof that you really need it. When you could just say, guys, donate to me. And then use that money for the gas for the generator. You know what I mean? No, Tony Pizza will never be anything because any opportunity he has, he will figure out a way to fuck it up or make it as complicated as possible. When he claimed he got hit by a car, we thought he got his ass kicked. Okay, that's right. But we could go for days on the list of stories that he's fucking made up, the bullshit scams he's come up with. How many times he's had to try to convince people. Let me talk to you. This is what I meant by work. This dude, I don't know if you remember, and I bring this up sometimes, that he really did this more than once. But I'll talk about one specific time. He was in a hotel, sitting up against the white wall because, he couldn't show anything in his hotel or we'd find him. And he was convincing everybody that he got a new apartment, but he needed the money for the rent and all that stuff, to get in there. This motherfucker really went to Walmart or some shit and bought blinds. He had boxes with, blinds in them, like, brand new. He did that. So he brought his ass to a store, bought blinds, brought the blinds back to the hotel, did a show with the blinds behind him, ended the show, took an Uber back to the store, returned the blinds, and went back to the hotel when he could have just said, guys, I'm entertaining you. Give me some money. It's so funny. But then again, maybe I shouldn't say shit because that's what I ask you guys just to donate. And, you see how things are going. I made $15 so far, 20 technically with Sally's membership. And I probably ain't going to make much more today. So maybe I shouldn't be giving Tony Pizza advice, Scam after scam after scam with him. Yep. Never ends. Never ends. Okay, Jesse. How many of you have heard the Jenny? Well, I know somebody did. He told me. I don't know if he wants to come in the chat and say it or whatever. I don't know why it would even be a secret, but he told me, fuck it. Joey Dimes told me that he heard the generator, that pizza, I don't know. I guess on a live or something, had it running and they heard it. So he does have a generator. And I don't know who else. I mean, maybe Dave. I don't know how many of you guys heard it, but maybe Jim Martin. You ever hear the generator? He lived in a dumpster behind a pizza store, Stuart. Are you being for real? Did he actually live there one time? Oh, it was Tony behind the pizza connection. Yeah. I'm so tired of working for this shit for constantly fucking asking. Holy shit, man. What do I do, guys? What do I do? And you know what's so funny? What's so fucked up, man? Is there was people that were donating to me every single day during that whole SoFlo war. And now that the war is over, those people haven't donated shit. So what are you teaching me? You're teaching me that unless I'm willing to be in a war at all times, to the point where even my family is being slandered and torn apart, you ain't giving me shit. Unfucking believable. Pizza Defo got his canteen took off him for all them 20 days in Alamance County. If he even had it, you can't even get fucking commissary that fucking fast. You know what I mean? I don't think. How the fuck can you get the money on your books, put in an order? Maybe, possibly. Yeah, you probably could. And yeah, they took everything. The honey buns, the fucking, the cup of noodles, the chips, the fucking Cheetos. Yeah, the Doritos. Everything you need to make chi-chi. They took the summer sausage. They took every fucking thing from him. Pizza is always in competition. He's competing with Bigfoot for the world's greatest hide and seek champion. Yeah, I know. It's so funny, man. He's always got to hide. That's another thing he did to himself. You know what I mean? But here's the funny thing, man. And this is honestly a shame, but it's true. Tony Pizza, as much as he deserves to be hurt for the things he's done, to this point, nobody has done a fucking thing. And a lot of people have talked big shit about how they would if they knew where he was. Okay? We've known where Tony Pizza was the majority of the last 3.5 years. Nobody has done a thing. Tony was sitting still in that apartment in North Carolina for what, 7 months, 6 months? Nobody did a thing. The reason I'm saying this is because he could tell you where he is 24 hours a day, where he is at every moment, and nobody's going to do a thing. It really is crazy. It is. I don't know how people get away with doing the shit he does. I really don't. Yeah, the accent is definitely fake, 100%. No way he's hooked up to electric from a house. You think he is? Yeah, he probably is. You're saying no way about the generator. Yeah, you might have a generator for some things. Who knows? Or when you hear the generator, who knows? This is Tony Pizza. I just told you how hard he'll work to scam people. He might have went and borrowed a generator from a fucking somebody in the neighborhood and just did a live so you could hear the fucking generator and then took it back. You never know. Look at the shit he does, guys. He buys the generators. These are big fucking heavy things. He's got to get to a store, buy these generators, take them wherever the fuck he lives, do a live with the generator in the box, and then return the generator. We've seen this happen. Am I wrong? So, and he could just say, guys, donate. And I know it doesn't work for me. You guys won't donate when I ask that. But his people would donate. As long as he's still tearing me up and saying all his racist, homophobic, bigoted bullshit that he talks on a regular basis, they'll throw money at him hand over fist. He doesn't have to scam them. He doesn't. He's so stupid. He doesn't realize he has a cult over there, a group of people who are so goddamn desperate and doing so poorly in life. Oh, that fucking hurt opening a water bottle. My wrist, I fucked myself up. Oh, I didn't realize my wrist was fucked up till just now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that hurts bad. Fuck. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but I think what I was getting at is that he doesn't even have to scam them. He does it, for no reason. I mean, they're going to give him money as long as he continues to talk that shit. So maybe I was wrong a little while ago when I said if he would have came on and he would have been nice. The only reason I said that is because in the beginning, when he was just talking and he wasn't tearing anybody apart, a lot of people helped him. A lot of people. I'm talking about people who hate his fucking guts today were giving him money. I remember Jimmy gave him like $250. 2 days later, he's trashing Jimmy. Another fucking stupid move to cost yourself money. Jimmy gives you $250. Stay friendly with Jimmy, dopey. But no, he had to attack him. So if Jimmy was going to donate more, not anymore. He's not going to do it now. He complicates his situation constantly. He's such a fucking dope. He's always in his own way. But if he would have been nice and just played the homeless role, he might have still made a lot of money because people from all sides of this ridiculous community would be donating to him. You know what I mean? Thing is, though, I don't know how long that would last. I mean, I think the majority of people like us, for example, let's just say he was a nice guy and we helped him regularly. We would get to the point where we'd be like, okay, Tony, I mean, you've made enough money that any of us could start from scratch and build an entire life off the money you've made, but yet you've gone absolutely fucking nowhere. Maybe we're not going to help you out anymore, He got hooked up with water and toilet. No way, electricity is not hooked up. You're probably right. Well, then if you don't say and don't do what people want, they hold it over your head. Yeah, I know. Pizza was my wing. I'm taking all his canteen every day. Oh, in your wing? Yeah. I'm gonna go do something real quick. I have a decision to make, guys. So give me like no. Of course not. I wouldn't encourage it. Give me a couple minutes because I got a decision to make finally. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Pizza streaming me right now. Go fuck yourself, Pizza. Just got to say, though, of all the hard men on MobTube, FBS is actually the only one who got out and fought like a motherfucker. Respect for that, FBS. You got that right. Thank you, Stuart. You got that right. Yeah, I know. Fafo. Fuck around and find out. He's not worth getting a charge for going to work on him. No, that's the thing. He's not. That's a lot of the reason. But you would think of all the maniacs, you never know who's watching this shit. You know what I mean? You never know. Of all the fucking maniacs that do watch it, and you know, again, people in the shadows who never come in a chat, you don't know anything about them, you don't even know they exist. They're just watching you. You would think it would have had to have happened by now, that somebody would say, okay, enough of this. But you know what I think the problem is? I think that MobTube is a community filled with scumbags, because it's about scumbags. That's what it's about. Mafia guys are scumbags, and that's what this community is about. All these people here, they like that horse shit. Racism is a part of mob culture. All that homophobic shit, all of that is. So they love what he's saying. Nobody's even that mad at him. You know what I mean? They're only mad at Tony Pizza when he attacks them directly. If he's not attacking them directly, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the people here like that shit. This is the same community that not only did they, not stop supporting MRE when they found out he was a Nazi, they kicked up their support for him. They showed him even more support. We proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's a neo-Nazi, and he probably made $2,000 that night. Tom Lavecchia, scumbag, gave him like probably a $200 super chat or something. He said nothing changes, this moron. Okay. And a lot of fucking people, they were throwing money at him left and right. They found out he's a neo-Nazi. They praised him for it. And they still do to some extent, and he's defended by at least half this community, spends a majority of their time defending MRE, even though he's a pedophile and a neo-Nazi. So this is a community filled with scumbags. So they're always going to support and donate to scumbag shit and scumbag people. That's just the way it is. It doesn't pay to be a nice guy on here. I'm living fucking proof. Guys, I'm not going to do it. But I want to go ballistic right now at the fact that I made $15 on this show and that this is becoming an everyday thing. I really do. I'm not going to, but I really do. Thank you, Stuart. Appreciate it, bro. I wouldn't cancel a colonoscopy to put hands on pizza, but if I walked by him one day, absolutely. I feel I wouldn't cancel a colonoscopy to put hands on. Yes, never heard of any generators. Never heard any generators. They're allowed. He's on an acre of land where Leon can run around free, and there's a fence, and it's someone's land. A friend where he doesn't pay rent and hooks to electric. Yeah, you're probably right, Bala. I respect any man who'll have a go even when they are going to lose outnumbered. Well, you got to, I mean, you really don't. It's probably a stupid male pride thing, but gotta, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I made a bad decision that night. I don't know. But I think if it's in you to just fight, you're just going to fight, I don't know. He needs bills to get donations, so he fabricates these stories. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't even think he does, Rob L. Sharpton. He thinks he does. I don't think he does. Tony Pizza, since you're streaming me, fuckface, why don't you just ask for donations for your entertainment? Why do you have to scam your people every fucking day? Why do you have to scam your people every day? William, $10 for I'm just a small part of the community. LOL. Well, I appreciate you, brother. You're a big part of the community to me, but you're no scumbag. Yeah, why, Tony? Why the fuck don't you just do your fucking shows and talk your hateful bullshit and let those cocksucking scumbag animals in your chat throw money at you like the fucking losers they are. Why don't you just do that? Why do you got to constantly be coming up with a new scam? The dog ate a rusty staple. I got hit by a car. I need an apartment. I got an apartment waiting for me. I just need the rent for the apartment. Look at these blinds I got behind me. They're for my new apartment, but I can't get that apartment unless you give me money for the apartment. Oh, look, there's an RV. I need $7,000 for the RV. You raised $7,000. Oh, the RV went away, guys. It turns out the guy shouldered out from under me. You know, it's something every fucking day. Do you remember when this cocksucking animal told everybody that Leon needs his shots? And if you don't give him money for his shots, he's going to get rid of Leon. He's going to take him to the pound. So what he did was he threatened Leon's life to everybody. He threatened everybody with imminent death for Leon if you don't donate to him. Leon never got his shots. Tony Pizza, I challenge you right now, since you're watching, show us the paperwork from any vet visit you've ever had with Leon. Show it to us. Any vet visit. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it was for. Show us the paperwork. Show us the paperwork, the receipts for the rusty staple incident. This motherfucker has never shown a receipt to prove anything he's ever claimed. It's just one bullshit claim after another, one random asshole claim after another. Pizza running in the air conditioner. You cannot run running the air conditioner. You cannot run the air conditioner on a generator. Has to be done with electric or gas. Yeah, I believe he's probably hooked up to something, and he might not even use the generator at all. He might just have the generator. Or he might have just, like if you guys really heard it, it could have been someone else's generator. He could have this sick bastard would go get a generator, use it, and then return it. Just so you guys could hear it, just so he could convince you he has a generator. Tony Pizza, show everybody your generator right now, fucko. Come on, let's do it. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, brother. Thought of it what way, Jason? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I got to call him. I don't know. His chat is garbage also, just like him. 100%. His chat is full of ignorant, loud, shameless, full of anger, bigots, and racists. Yeah. Unfortunately, this community is filled with selfish people who never heard the word no growing up. Oh, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. It is. Elf on the Shelf, a perfect world would be Tony Pizza losing everything and going back to his tent and shopping cart. Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, it won't happen. Oh, somebody said, I think Leon did get his shots. When animal control came over, they helped him. So if he did, it was because he was forced to get Leon his shots, and they helped him get them. Of course. I'm telling you, this bullshit. I'm getting so fucking sick of this. Yep. Perfect World. Oh, I read that one. FBS songs are off the charts. Crazy, talented, funny as fuck, too. Well, some of them we don't play no more, so I got to write some new songs. But I will. I want to write a song about MobTube, just the whole community. Not like that one Goofy song. I'm talking about just, you know what I mean? Just covering everything. I'm gonna at some point. I'm glad Pizza bought a camper. Him lingering around depreciates, you mean to value? Yeah, I know. Pizza took the second dog, the female he got for Leon when he went, Leon back when he didn't make money. Back she went. I know, he's a scumbag. He did a 4-hour sad fishing show this morning. It was pathetic. Incredible. And I still believe, and you can't convince me otherwise, that he is sitting on top of a mountain of cash, like it says in the song. I guarantee it. Stephen Cordell, $10. He said match. Stephen Cordell, there's more of a chance of me winning the Powerball right now than there is of anybody matching your $10. But let's give it a shot. He should go wash car windows. Lots of traffic in his area. Yeah. I've seen guys in jail with black feet like Tony. What is that shit, FPS? I would assume it's just filth, but I don't know, bro. I've never seen anything that bad. Pizza said anyone who wants to see him post up in his county and call him, we will come meet him. Yeah. Or he will come meet you. Yeah, right. That's why when Joey Dimes did it, he was nowhere to be found. Last time Leon took Tony to the vet, he had worms. That I believe. I believe Leon took Tony to the vet. Pizza's running a generator, white noise off a second phone. What do you mean? He's trying to play it off like it's a generator? Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, Stuart. That means a lot, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, Stuart. Not enough people do. Thank you, man. 30 grand easy. He has to have 30 G's. If you don't have 30 G's, I mean, how the fuck could you have made hundreds of thousands of dollars and you don't have 30 G's saved when you have no bills? No bills. And you always got to remember, guys. I know you're thinking, well, but when he gets money, he pays bills with it. Like when he had the apartment, he paid his rent or he pays his cell phone bill. No, guys, that's the second money. The first money he keeps. It's like, I'm telling you, when he had that apartment, every week, like clockwork, I would watch by Monday or Tuesday. Okay, he would pay the rent on Tuesday. By, we'll say, Wednesday, if it wasn't Tuesday night, he already had the 300 for the next Tuesday, for the next week's rent. By Thursday, that money was gone, and he needed the rent again. He would collect $300 from his chat, spend that, and then every Sunday night that he was in that apartment, every Sunday night he would put up a post about how, or he would say on his show that he needs the rent money by Tuesday morning. He already got it twice and blew it, according to him. He kept it, really. He keeps that money. And then he said, I need the rent by Tuesday morning or by Monday morning. He wanted it by Monday morning so he could start packing to leave on Tuesday. This was every fucking week like clockwork. Every week. It was unbelievable. Antonino, $10 for They Only Want Blood. I know. Makes me sick. Pizza saying FBS is saying he's broke but buying shoes. He buys 2 pair and has Shanna buying them. So you think like I'm broke but Shanna has a bunch of money? You don't think, Tony Pizza, that our money is our money? Like, in other words, if I'm broke, we're both broke. And if Shanna's broke, we're both broke. There's no one of us being broke. There's only 2 of us being broke. That's it. And what do you mean sneakers? What did I buy? Oh, those, they're fuck out of here. Those Carl Kanai things I showed yesterday, they were $40. I'm not even going to wear them. I got them for nostalgia purposes only. Don't worry about my money, fuckface. Okay? When my money actually goes to bills. What is the real estate deal he is waiting for? I missed that story. Real estate deal. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jim Martin, $10 for matched. Awesome, Jim. You never donated before. I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you. You have a better chance of the boogeyman meeting up with you than bitch-ass Tony Pizza. Phony Pizza. I agree. I'm saying this in jest, but picture Pizza having a second phone, placing the second phone away with a YouTube video playing 1 hour of generator noise. I could see it. Pizza watched America's Most Evil Gangsters last night and inserted himself in it. The F, and he did a show. Fucking LMAO. I don't know. You fucked up some of your words, but really. So he injected himself into one of those stories now. I'm not surprised. I'm sure he doesn't think that way because he's an asshole. Are you sure he does think that way? I'm sorry. He is an asshole. Pizza says when the real estate deal goes through, he's out of here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, first of all, let me tell you something. If Tony Pizza got $1 million tomorrow and he gave this up, that would be further proof that he is one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet, because what he has going on over there is like something none of us have ever had. That motherfucker has a money machine. It's like he's printing money over there. I'm telling you, he makes so much. You don't think people donate to him when he's not live and stuff like that? The money he just gets when he's not on YouTube. But you put it all together, Tony Pizza has the money to live better than the majority of people on MobTube. He doesn't live better because he's a bum. Tony's the type of guy that if you gave him $1 million, instead of buying a nice house, he would buy a shitty trailer. That's just who he is. And plus, he doesn't want anything that he can't walk away from. So he wouldn't put too much money into anything. But that's who Tony is, you know. Anthony Stabile's son? Is that what? He was engaged to his son. Okay. Pizza won't be in the camper much longer. Why you say that? He's making $300 a day easy, bro. $300 a day. Can you imagine? Holy fucking fuckity fucko. Oh my God. I mean, I will say that, you know, the first couple of years on here, I didn't have to try hard as far as asking for donations and stuff. I mean, it was so beautiful for a long time. I would do a show, I'd make $200 every show, no matter what. And I would do 2 shows a day. And this was a couple of years. I never really had to worry that much. Now it's like for the last year, it's a little over a year. It's horrible, you know, and I got to, you know, kill myself just trying to get people to donate. But he has a money fucking machine. All he's got to do is come on and drop the N-word and he'll get $300. You know what I mean? Those people love that evil shit he talks. They love it. They love it. They can't get enough of it. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't have to scam them. Tony Pizza, whether you say you need money for an apartment or you say you need money just because you want it, they're going to give it to you. It doesn't matter. They're actually scared of him, and they're scared of him leaving. This guy has played the I'm leaving YouTube game 500 times in the last 3.5 years. And every time they throw whatever he tells them he wants or needs to stay on YouTube, they give it to him. Is that because they really think he's going to leave? No, it's because he tells them to. They are a cult. They are a cult. They want his approval at all times. These are people who, you know, you would think might have some sort of life, but for some reason, they look up to him. It's so strange. A guy, by the way, who, let's just say you're the closest person to Tony Pizza ever in the history of MobTube. Like nobody's gotten closer to him. He still wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Okay, he wouldn't if you were dying and it cost $3 to save your life, he would fucking let you die. He couldn't give a fuck less about you. It's amazing. Like he has no heart, no feelings, and people are they're all they are is a dollar sign. That's it. He doesn't give a fuck about people. Look what he does to his own family. When his mother isn't doing something for him, his mother's a piece of shit. So how do you think he feels about you guys? Look what he does when you stop donating. He blocks you. He puts you in pizza jail. He fucking doxes you. He terrorizes your fucking family. I can't even tell you the things he did to Joe Candela. Oh my God. Joe Candela probably gave that dude 30 grand in over a period of a year and a half. Easily 30 grand. And he fucking attacked Joe Candela's family. Like I couldn't even believe the shit he did. You know? Pee-wee at one point was giving this guy like 200-300 every day for months. You know, so and see, that's what I mean about what you don't know. You don't know about money you don't even know about. I don't know if you guys remember, Pee-wee came on here one time and he was like, no, I don't give Pizza anything. This was like the last time he came around. And then Pizza showed proof that even that day, Pee-wee sent him like 200. The day before, going back a couple of months, he was sending him a couple hundred a day. And we didn't know about that. He wasn't even shouting it out. The only reason we found out is because he wanted to prove a point because Pee-wee said he doesn't give him any money. So this is what is he doing? I want to ask Tony Pizza's people, what is he doing with your money? Where's it going? If Tony Pizza makes $300 today, where's that $300 going? Because he'll need 300 tomorrow. It's unreal. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, I fucked my wrist up bad, guys. God damn it. That's going to hurt for a while. Oh, I can't do shit with that. Motherfucker. Apparently, I'm the cheap date of YouTube. Someone they mentioned in the begging of... Oh, I don't know what that's about. Stuart, I can tell FBS is a guy from the streets, and when I hear Tony talk about Shannon, I know FBS thinks, wow, 10 years ago, I would kill you. 6 years ago, I would have killed him. Let me tell you, these motherfuckers who get away with the shit they do now, you don't know. You could not believe Cam when he tells you what I used to be like and not believe me when I tell you. That's fine. And even Tone from the Money team who talked about us being in the streets together and shit. 6 years ago, when I was living in that hotel, if somebody did any of the shit that's been done to my family since I've been on MobTube, at the very least, I would have burned your house to the fucking ground like it was nothing. At the very least. I swear to you on everything I love, because I didn't give a fuck. You know, they're just lucky they got me at a time in my life when my life is fantastic. I'm just not willing to throw it away now. But there's been many times in my life I would have been willing to, with no problem. You know what I mean? I used to torch cars like it was nothing. Nothing. Pizza jail. I bet that is a nice, clean place. Oh, God. Oof. Yeah, right. I would never stop punching Pizza if he spoke about my mom that way. If I could get a hold of him, I know how FBS feels. If I ever got a hold of Tony Pizza, I would hurt him so fucking bad that I'd go away for a long time. There's no question about it. No question about it. Yeah. He can make 1,200 and be back broke or claiming to be. I know. Joe Candela is a very nice guy, and the diddler took advantage of that and then kicked him to the curb. Yep. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to get going because there's something I have to do. I would stay on, but, you know. There is something I have to do, though. I don't think I'll be back on today. But thank you, guys. Everybody who did donate, thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. I made a whopping 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, Tony Ducks, thank you for the $10. And Ham Sammy, $10 for Can We Get a Match? Oh, I didn't even see that. As you guys know, Ham Sammy is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. So when he says match, you must match. Let me give it a few minutes. FBS, I know how to perforate tires so they don't blow until they're a few miles away. Yeah, I hear you. Let me not say anything. Yeah, I was a fucking madman, and there's nothing I wouldn't have done to these people. You know what I mean? If a bitch like NB was terrorizing my family like that when I was in the streets, I would have fucking given a few crackhead bitches, 300, $400 each. I would have driven them to her crib and they would have beat her half to death. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. Not to mention some of these other people. Stuart, did I get your $10? I got, what'd you send it through? Tony Duck, Sam Sammy, Jim Martin, Antonino, and William. That's all I got. As far as Cash App, I don't see anything from Venmo or PayPal. Shane Bucks is the name NB is using, I heard. Is that right? Oh, Stuart, 10 pounds. Yeah, if I didn't shout that out, I'm sorry. 10-pound super sticker. Thank you. Let me just see now. NB. She's a half woman, half horse. I'll tell you about her sometime. Anyway, guys, I got to get going. I got to go do something. And I'll see you guys next time. I don't see any reason why I'd be on tonight, but if you're not, which I probably won't be, I'll see you tomorrow. So I love you all. Until next time, salute.